Do you ever check your bank account and think, wait, where did all my money go? You got paid, you didn't buy anything crazy, but somehow it's gone. You're not bad with money. You're just not set up to win. No one ever showed you how. And here's the wild part. Most people would rather talk about their ex than their finances. Seriously. Because money feels confusing, overwhelming, even shameful. But it doesn't have to be. Managing your money with confidence is easier than you think. No scary spreadsheets, no boring lectures, no cutting out all the fun stuff. I'll show you how to finally take control. Step by step and totally doable, even if you never budgeted before. Let's fix this once and for all. Are you ready? Let's get something straight. Managing money is not all about math. It's about confidence. And no, I'm not talking fake it till you make it energy. I'm talking real, grounded confidence. The kind that makes you feel calm when you check your bank account. The kind that lets you say, I got this, even when an unexpected bill hits. Confidence changes the game, but most of us were never taught how to build it. We were just told to be smart with money. What does it even mean? Money confidence comes from clarity and control, not from how much you make. People who feel in control of their money, even if they earn less, have a higher life satisfaction than high earners who feel out of control. It's not about income, it's about awareness and consistency. A friend of mine used to panic every time rent was due, not because she didn't earn enough, but because she never really looked at her money. Every month felt like a surprise. Then she started tracking her spending, made a simple budget, checked in once a week. That's it, nothing crazy. But within a month, she was calm, focused, confident. Same job, same income, whole new mindset. Because when you understand your money, it stops feeling scary. You make decisions faster. You stop second guessing yourself and you finally feel in charge. That's what we're building in this video. Not just money tips, but the confidence to use them. Starting with step 1, knowing where your monies actually go. You cannot manage when you don't track. If your money is disappearing each month, this is why. We think we kind of know where our money goes, but guessing isn't managing. I used to avoid this step, like full on pretend my account didn't exist, because I didn't want to see the damage. But here's what happened when I finally looked. I found $240 spent on takeout in 1 month. And I'm not talking about gourmet meals. That was just me being tired and lazy and tapping repeat order. But that wake-up call, it changed everything. I wasn't broke. I was just unaware. That's why this step matters so much. Start by tracking every single expense. For real. No rounding. No skipping. You don't need a spreadsheet. Just open your notes app or download something simple. Apps like Notion or even Google Sheets work great. You can even do it with pen and paper. The method doesn't matter. Just pick one. What matters is seeing what's actually happening. After 1 week of tracking, patterns will pop out. After 1 month, you'll start asking better questions. Do I even like what I'm spending on? Could I shift this to something that feels better? This step isn't about judgment. It's about awareness. Think of it like taking inventory before a big move. You need to know what you're working with. No shame, no guilt, just data. Once you have the data, then you can build a plan. And don't worry, we'll get to that in step 2. But for now, your only job is this. Start tracking 1 week. Every swipe, tap, and coffee run. I promise. This step alone will change how you feel about your money. Now that you've tracked your spending, you know where your money is going. That's your foundation. Now let's build the structure. A bummy. But hold up, I already know what you're thinking. Ugh, I hate budgeting. I used to feel the same way because I thought budgeting meant saying no to everything fun. No coffee, no brunch, no joy, just bills and guilt. But that's not budgeting, that's punishment. A real budget? It's just a plan. A way to give every dollar a job, including fun ones. Let me show you how I do it. I use the 50-30-20 rule. Super simple. 50% of my income goes to needs. Rent, groceries, bills. 30% wants. Food delivery, cute skincare, random bookstore hauls. And 20% goes to goals. Saving, investing, paying off debt. That's it. No complex charts, no scary spreadsheets, just 3 buckets. If those numbers don't fit your life, adjust them. The point is to make your money work for you, not the other way around. Here's what changed for me. I stopped feeling guilty for spending money because it was already in the plan. I didn't have to ask myself, can I afford this. I already knew, and that's total freedom. The key here is simplicity. If your budget feels too complicated, you won't stick to it. So don't overthink it. Just take what you tracked in step 1. Plot those numbers into 3 buckets. See what fits, what doesn't, and where you want to shift things. No shame, no perfection. This is your money, your life, your rules. Once your budget is in place, we make it even easier. Step 3. Automate your money. Automation is a total game changer. aka the reason I don't miss bills and why I save money without thinking about it. We automate so much already. Playlists, food delivery, Instagram stories. So why not automate our finances too? As soon as I get paid, I have my money split up. Automatically, bills go to one account, spending money goes to another. Savings gets its own little home. It's like building a system where future me already made the smart moves, so present me doesn't have to stress. Most banks let you set this up in a few clicks. You can schedule transfers, set up autopay for bills, route a percentage of your paycheck straight into savings. You don't even have to touch it, which is the whole point. This removes willpower from the equation. You don't have to remember or resist temptation or do mental math every time you shop. The system does it for you. That's how habits stick. Not with more effort, but with less effort. Even if you start small, like $10 a week into savings, that's still powerful because the habit is building and it's building while you sleep. That's confidence on autopilot. Quick tip, use nicknames in your bank accounts. Call one rent plus bills, another spending, another Italy 2026. Seeing that label makes you want to keep doing it. So set your money on autopilot. Let the system work for you. Now that you've got a working budget and an automation on your side, it's time to make fun. Goals, dreams, big stuff. That's next. Step 4. Set clear, exciting goals. Okay, now we get to the fun part. Goals. Not boring, vague goals. Clear, exciting, personal goals. This is what gives your budget purpose. Because saving just to be responsible doesn't really motivate anyone. You need something that makes you light up. Something you actually want. For me, I wanted to go to Italy for my birthday. That was my dream. So I broke it down. I estimated the total cost. Flights, hotels, food, everything. About $2,000. Then I gave myself 6 months to save. That's around $84 a week. Suddenly, it didn't feel impossible. It felt doable. That's what a clear goal does. It turns Sunday into a simple weekly habit. And every time I skipped on a random impulse buy, I didn't feel deprived. I felt proud because I knew where that money was going. Now it's your turn. Think of something that excites you. Could be a trip, a new lap, a 3-month emergency fund. Whatever feels real to you, write it down. Break it into a timeline. Then reverse engineer the amount you need to save per week or month. That number becomes part of your budget. You're not just saving. You're building something. And that changes how you relate to money. You start saying no to random stuff. So you can say yes to the thing that actually matters. The clearer the goal, the more powerful your focus. So don't skip the step. Give your money something exciting to do. Set the goal, make it real. Watch your motivation go through the roof. And hey, drop your goal in the comments. I want to cheer you on. I'll check back in with you later. Let's keep each other accountable. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button. You're just getting started. Now let's talk about how to stay on track every single week. Step 5. Learn to check in weekly. This step right here is what makes everything stick. Weekly checks. I call it a money date. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. A quick, low-pressure moment to check in with your money. No stress, no spreadsheets, no judgment. Just you, your phone, maybe a coffee, and a little reality check. I do mine every Sunday. It takes me 15 minutes max. I look at 3 main things. What did I spend last week? Is my budget still working? Or do I need to shift something? Am I on track for my goals? That's it. No deep dives, no guilt trips, just awareness. It's like checking the weather before you leave the house. You're not trying to change the forecast. You're just getting prepared. And the more you do it, the less emotional money feels. Because you're not avoiding it anymore. You're building a habit. A powerful one that keeps you connected to your goals. So light a candle, throw on a playlist, make it a vibe. Because the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to stay in the loop. If something feels off, adjust. If you crushed it this week, celebrate. This is where financial confidence really grows. Not in the big decisions, but in these small, consistent check-ins. So try it this week. Pick a date, set a timer, make it a ritual. And if you're into it, comment below and tell me when your weekly money date is. I'll be in the comments too, keeping myself accountable right along with you. We're building this thing together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now it's the time. Because up next, I've got got one bonus step for you. Bonus, learn as you go. Don't wait to be perfect. Let me tell you something important. You're going to mess up, and it's totally fine. Managing money isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in the game. When I first started, I made a ton of mistakes. I overdrafted my account more than once. I forgot about subscriptions. I tried to track everything in a fancy app, then gave up a week later. And guess what? I still got better because I didn't stop. You don't need to get it right every time. You just need to stay aware. Learn, adjust, keep going. Think of this like learning a new language. You don't expect to be fluent on day one. You just show up a little every day, and slowly it starts to click. That's how financial confidence works too. You made a mistake? Cool. What did it teach you? Forget to check in 1 week? That's okay. Just come back the next. The more you practice, the easier it feels. You'll get faster. You'll make better decisions without even thinking about it. So don't wait until you got it all figured out. Don't wait until you have a perfect system or a huge paycheck or the right app. Start with what you've got right now. One habit, one step, one check-in at a time. And if you're still here watching, that tells me something. You care. And that's the only thing that really matters. So keep going, keep showing up, and keep reminding yourself, progress over perfection, always. You're way more capable than you think. Now let me leave you with one final thought. You've learned the system, track your money, build a simple budget, automate it, set goals that actually excite you, and check in once a week. That's it. That's the blueprint. Nothing fancy, nothing overwhelming. Just small steps stacked on top of each other. Steps that build confidence. Because the goal here isn't to have a perfect bank account. It's to feel in control. Like you actually know what's going on. Like you can handle whatever life throws at you. And trust me, you can. You don't need to do it all today, but do something. Pick one step from this video and take action right now. Start tracking, set up one automatic transfer, open your notes app and name your next money goal. That one move will build momentum. And if this video helped you, hit the like button so YouTube knows it's worth sharing. But for now, just take the first step. That's how every transformation starts. Not with perfection, with a choice. Are you in or are you totally in?